So we give a little bit of a extra minerals and just some nice stuff to the sheep when they're in the kraal to make it feel home for them and to make sure that they are healthy and have all the salts and everything that they need. And so this is that moment. I made an interesting observation with Joel Salatin and those guys that give these, I'm not sure if it was him, but somebody gave these mineral bars where the animals can come and choose which mineral they want to eat. And I thought about it in the perspective of children, and I thought, okay, if I give my children these mineral bars and vitamin bars, I wonder how many of them are going to choose vitamin B to eat, or zinc, or whatever is in that bar. All of those things taste bad if there's not sugars or fats involved. Looky, split it for me, half to half. It's too much. It's definitely going to need a bigger trough for this, so the other ones can eat some as well. Show them, where's it? Okay, let's see if we can split it up a little bit. There's actually quite a bit of salt in here, so it's actually interesting that they get to it so well. But yeah, if there's not salt or sugar or fat involved in something, then your chances of it getting eaten is quite small. So minerals, I think, needs to be mixed in with other things, and then the body will decide what it needs and not, and then excrete the other things. I'm not sure how effective those mineral bars turns out to be. I quickly have to go and move the sheep food, the pig food, so let's do that. So here Juanita is in charge of the meat packing operation today. It's one of the pigs that we harvested last week. We've already cut it into packs, like that. And Ims and Enzo is quickly cleaning the machine so we can continue with our day. Ims is doing a kids meal today, so that's something big happening a bit later. I'm quickly renting a jumping castle for Ims, but I quickly want to show you something cool. So this is Lucina trees on a fence here. You can see that if they are planted so close, then nothing will be, well, very little things will be able to pass through. I don't think a horse will be, maybe a sheep, but you'll be able to fence that in. They do well with the fencing as well. You can see how that one has grown over the fence. But the really cool thing that I wanted to show you is this. The quinoa seed dropped into, this could have been a flamboyant or even a blue gum something tree, and dropped into the middle and started growing here in the middle of the tree. I like that quite a bit. Just running a little bit late with his food, so that's good news for me. Gives me time to quickly come and check on the progress of the roof. And so this is the bottom view. Making progress here. Im's mechanic is working on reclaiming wood, so we need these ones. He says he's gonna get 7 out. That gives us another 3.5 trusses, and we need 5 trusses. So he's been bolting them apart. It's pulling them apart and taking nails out and taking bolts out and so on. So just to finish there, we've got 7 now, we need another 7 basically. So we'll have to start buying materials now to finish the rest of the roof. Nonetheless, we are very blessed to have the materials that we had for free, if you want to call it that, reclaimed materials, and we still have all of that roof sheets that we can use, so we have enough of those. We don't have to buy any of those. The chickens have discovered this worm heap, so they really like that. And I came in with the car quite a bit fast because I wanted to come and finish my movie before I have to be in town again. And so I chased Millie, and she ran from the other side of the plot, from the gate side all the way to the piggies. So Brenna ran after her all the way here and drove maybe a little bit too fast on the road. This is the reason why we need to do more pumpkins, because we've got a porcupine on the land. Ben just picked up his quail, I think that's what it's called. And so I came and checked. Matthew is reinvigorating our thorn brush fence to keep the sheep and the cattle in. And I keep on saying sheeps instead of sheep. Sheeps. Anyway, so yeah, there's some beans coming up already. I see the birds have been a bit busy, but don't think they did too much damage. It will be interesting to see how much of this comes up. This is now a shallower planting pit. Next to those ones, the pumpkins, they are running wild. Let's see how much Patrick did today. I put him up to moving sand this morning, and I left him, so I hope he's not broken by tomorrow. He's been moving sand all day. Eugene's family needed him, so they asked whether he can't help them today with a broken car. So Eugene is a mechanic today, and Patrick has been moving or making smaller this whole heap of sand today. Yeah, that is what's happening here. So the jumping castle just came up. Donna wanted to show his trick to the world. And so, okay. And kids are ready to eat over there. So if you are new to my channel, let me just give you a quick runabout of what's happening here. So Manette, the lady in the orange, runs I don't want to say orphanage, but the soup kitchen, where she gives children with no food and people that's struggling, children, etc. food. Started just giving disabled children food, and now she's got, I think, something like 40 children that she's looking after, and that's her daughter there in the short dress. And this shop here belongs to one of my workers called Emmanuel. Now, Mikon's birthday happened last year in June. Mikon helped to revamp the shop and change it and fix it up. Then Brendo, a guy from Australia, and Fiona decided to help him, and they taught him how to cook, and they helped him to buy materials, and now they are paying for the meals at a very affordable rate. They taught him to make affordable food that he can sell, but while they are teaching him how to cook and so on, they are paying for the meals for these kids. Jumping Castle is coming from us, but that's also only possible because of people that's helping us on the Buy Me a Coffee app, and they organize all these meals and all these things like that. This is a giant shout out to Fiona and to Brendo, and obviously to Mikon. Without Mikon, none of this would also have been possible. So many hands from across the world to help these children get exposure to different things, exposure to our farm, exposure to different foods, exposure to a bouncy house, which they never would have been able to do was it not for you guys. So thank you very much for that. Anna is definitely the child between my children that's the most prone towards children the way I am. He likes teaching them. He's always there with a younger child, teaching them something. Mika doesn't really care about children that much. She is more into animals. And Ben, he's just a strange puppy. He's into chickens, and whatever he sets his mind, he gets super focused on something. So Madonna is definitely the children's person. He loves children. I ran away from Ims's shop with his things because I wanted to do kickboxing, and then I got stuck with a client, and then I never ended up doing kickboxing. But I wanted to show you this. Three Rivers Forges asked me about the Vetiver. See, there's where We cut it off when we planted it about 2 weeks ago, I think, and that's all the new growth. So it really is growing fast. This guy is a bit slow. This guy's doing good, yeah. And so it continues down the line. Planted most of it close to the house. There you go. There's one there. There's one there. And then they continue on like that. The other tree, I never mentioned it as well. So many things that I forget to put in my videos, but there's another olive tree. So we've got 1, 2, 3 olives here now. And there's some leucaena in there, there's some moringa in there. There is one surviving papaya I saw the other day, but there's more moringa everywhere. But in any case, that's gonna be the end of my story. Thank you so much for watching my movie. Thank you so much for everybody that made this possible. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.